Hello, welcome to the overview video for Gregor MacGregor and the greatest con in history. Now, Gregor MacGregor was a fascinating historical figure. He was a Scottish general who became a Central American Revolutionary War hero. And for his exploits and valor, he was awarded a huge tract of land in what is present-day Honduras. Unfortunately, this land was completely worthless. It was unsettleable, uncultivatable, and it was mostly jungle. Not letting this little fact stop him, Gregor MacGregor traveled throughout Britain and France, concocting the most outrageous scheme in the history of the world. He advertised for settlers for the thriving colony of Poitiers, a fictional concoction of his vivid imagination. He established offices, printed handbills, and gained the trust of influential government employees and the media. He promised his victims a new life and wealth beyond their dreams in Poitiers, and then exchanged their real British pounds for his hand-printed Poitiers dollars. He shipped the hapless people to the aptly named Mosquito Coast, where most of them promptly died from privation and disease. There were so few survivors able to return home that MacGregor was able to get away with his scheme for 16 years before eventually retiring in luxury to Venezuela. But not before he inspired a host of imitators, which is where the players come in, as each player strives to earn the most money in a limited amount of time. Now, this is an economic Euro board game, the principal mechanics being pick up and deliver in the form of the colonists, or victims, or suckers as they're known in the game, and tile placement. On their turn, a player is going to select one of the tiles on display and attach it to their own personal display, called their scheme, by matching up one of the action icons on the tile that they selected. There'll be multiple ways to do this, and part of the fun and strategy of this game will be figuring out the most beneficial way of connecting the scheme tile to their scheme. But ultimately, when they do, they'll then perform the unconnected actions in the order of their choice. They will use these actions to do things like travel throughout the map of Britain, manipulate the movement of the investigators, recruit colonists, acquisition supplies, draw audacity cards, advertise for more potential colonists to recruit, and load up ships with colonists and supplies and send them on their way over to Poitiers and establish them as indentured servants in one of the players' plantations. Players will earn money the easy way through recruiting people, and the harder, more long-term way through trying to keep people alive long enough to make some additional income in the plantations. But doing all this will accumulate threat for the player. Each time the player encounters one of the investigators, or stays in one place too long, or takes a suspicious action, they'll have to draw one of these threat cubes. Threat cubes accumulating suspicion, hostile natives, disease, and privation. And if a player gets too many of these, all of their colonists in their port might wise up to their scheme and go away. Or the ones in the plantation might die in some horribly exciting way. Balancing making money and mitigating the accruing threat is a key strategic choice that the players will be able to make throughout the game. But ultimately, only one player will be able to amass the largest personal fortune. Only one player will be able to retire in luxury. And only one player will earn the admiration of Gregor MacGregor, history's most audacious con man.